Today we're going to make these cute ducks, and I'll be making the white one today, but you can pick any body color that you like. So let's get started. To start the first round, we need to do 6 single crochet in a magic ring. If you're having any issues with the magic ring, I have a more in-depth tutorial on my channel. That's 1 stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Pull the measure ring tight. You got 6 single crochet. Add your stitch marker to mark the next round. In round 2 we will be doing 6 increases. So that's 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. That's 1, 2, so that's 1 increase, second increase, third increase, fifth increase, sixth increase. So we should have 12 stitches in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. In the next round we will do a single crochet and an increase 6 times. So single crochet and an increase, that's 1, another single crochet and increase, single crochet and increase, single crochet and increase, and the last one, single crochet and increase. And we should have a total of 18 stitches. In the next round we will do 5 single crochets and an increase 3 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and increase. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and an increase. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and an increase. So you should have a total of 21 stitches. For round 5 to 7 we will do 21 stitches around for 3 rounds. So for round 5 we'll do 21 stitches. 21. And we'll do that for another 2 rounds, for round 6 and round 7. I'll meet you at the end of round 7. For round 8, we will be crocheting the wings into the body. And if you're a beginner, I recommend grabbing a few extra stitch markers to help guide you. Grab 6 extra stitch markers to help you. So to start, we will do 5 single crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is where we want to add our extra stitch marker. Grab 1 stitch marker and add it to stitch 5. In the next stitch, we will be crocheting the wing in the front loop only. So there are 2 loops, so you only want to be crocheting in the front loop only. So for the first wing, we will do a double crochet. So yarn over and then go through the loop, pull through 2 loops, pull through another 2 loops, and then do a half double crochet. So yarn over again and pull through all 3 loops. Then chain 1, then slip stitch into the same stitch. That is your first wing. And since we used the front loop only stitch, I recommend adding another stitch marker in the back loop only to help you find it later. So we've added an extra stitch marker here and a stitch marker at the end. Next, we will do 9 single crochet. So 1, and I recommend adding 1 more stitch marker here just to help you in the next round. Let's just add. So you have the 2 stitch markers at either end of the wing so you don't crochet them in, and at the back so you can find the back loop only. So we'll do 9 single crochet, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So in the 9th stitch, add another stitch marker. And then we will create the next wing. In the same stitch, we will create the wing. So we will do a slip stitch, then a half double crochet, so yarn over, pull through and pull through all 3 loops, then a double crochet, so yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then pull through another 2 loops, then chain 1 and slip stitch in the same stitch, and that is your second wing. And let's add a stitch marker in the back loop only stitch, which will help us in the next round. And then we will do 5 single crochet. So 1, add a stitch marker after the wing, so in the first single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For beginners, this is really important, so make sure you have a stitch marker before and after the wing, and also in the back loop only, and same for the second wing, so before and after and in the back loop. In round 9, we will be crocheting around the wings, starting with 5 single crochet and then an increase behind the wings. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, where we put the stitch marker. So that is where we will stop because we want to crochet around the wing. Let's take out the stitch marker, and then we will do an increase in the back loop only of the wing. So that's 2 single crochet in 1 stitch. So take out the previous stitch marker we added there and do an increase. 1, 2. And then where we marked the other side of the wing, this is where we will crochet 9 single crochet. So take that out and then do 9 single crochet. Make sure the wing is on the outside of your duck. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9 in the stitch marker we added before. That's 9. And in the back loop only of the wing where we added the stitch marker, we want to do an increase. So it's 1, 2 stitches, and then where we placed the other stitch marker, that's where we'll continue the round. And make sure your wing is on the outside of your duck. Let's take that out and do 4 single crochet. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we will do an increase. And that's what your duck should be looking like. Now let's add our eyes between round 6 and 7. Starting from the top, count 6 rows and place your stitch marker between rows 6 and 7. And you want the eyes to be aligned in the middle. So you want a 2 to 3 stitch gap between the eyes so you can sew the beak. 1, 2, 3 holes between the eyes, and you want it to be in the middle. So from the wings you want 2 to 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and then you work with the eye, and then the same on the other side, and it should look quite even. And add the eye backings as well. In round 10, we will be doing 24 stitches. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the next round, for round 12, we will be adding the feet with bubble stitches. So you'll need your feet color. I'm going to be using yellow, or you could use orange, that's up to you. So let's start with 9 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. This is where I like to secure the yarn for the feet. So you add that. That's 9 single crochet, and then you add the bubble stitches with 5 loops left on your hook. So you want to make sure to have a clean bubble stitch for your feet is to start with white on your hook and then loop in the color change. So you want to yarn over and then insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over again and pull through, and you'll have 3 loops on your hook. Then yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Let's repeat that. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. Then you'll have 3 loops on your hook. Repeat that again. Now you have 4 loops and one more time. And now you have 5 loops. So let's pull through with the body color, not the feet color, otherwise the color will come through. So yarn over and make sure with your body color you pull through all 5 loops. And then continue 4 stitches. Sure your next stitch is quite tight. Pull and do another stitch. And then remember to pop out your bubble stitch so the feet come out. That's perfect. Let's do that again. So do 1, 2, 3, and then 4 stitches, and we will do another bubble stitch. So yarn over, pull through, and repeat that 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is where you have 5 loops on your hook, and pull through with the body color again, and let's do 9 single crochet to end the round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Make sure you pop out your second bubble stitch as well for the feet. That's what it should be looking like, and it's almost done. Now let's stuff our duck. So grab some stuffing. Make sure your stuffing is even. And I will leave some yarn to sew the beak. Leave around 15 to 20 centimeters, or use a new yarn. So I'll grab the excess yarn tail and crochet the beak. You want to crochet over 2 stitches between the eyes. Just before the eye, and 1 there. Then count 2 stitches, 1, 2, and that's where you want to insert again. And then repeat that, so there's 2. Pull until you're happy. I'm quite happy with that, and then we will weave this in later. In round 13, we will do 4 single crochet and a decrease 4 times for a total of 20 stitches. Let's do that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do a decrease, and I like to do an invisible decrease. So I'll loop through the front loop of the first stitch and front loop of the second stitch, pull through and create a stitch. So that's a decrease, invisible decrease. Another 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then create another invisible decrease. Front loops of both stitches, pull through a stitch, 4 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a decrease. one last time. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a decrease. And you should have a total of 20 stitches. This is where I'll continue stuffing the duck. It's turning out to be so cute. And then for our last round, for round 14, we will do 10 decreases. So front loop of the first stitch, front loop of the second stitch, and pull through a stitch. And we will do 10 decreases around, so 9 more times. Second decrease. Third decrease. Fourth decrease. Fifth decrease. Sixth decrease. Seventh decrease. 8 decrease. 9 decrease, and our last decrease for the round. And we are done. We should have 10 stitches in total. And let's cut the yarn. Pull through. And your duck is almost done. Adjust the beak if needed. I'm just gonna. Yep. So just finish adding any stuffing to the duck. Your duck is almost done, so we need to fasten off and sew closed. So what I like to do to close is go through the front loops only. So go through the first front loop, weave in, and then weave out the second in the front loop only, and then repeat that around. So to do that. So you can remove your stitch marker now, and what should happen is the hole should close. So you pull the yarn and it should close tightly. This is how I like to close my pieces, and there are many other ways as well. So I like to weave my yarn a couple times to make sure it's all tight and neat. And then with the loose yellow yarn from the beak, you can weave it in a couple times. I weave it in here, and then I will tie a knot with the white yarn so it's secure. So let's do that. You can tie a knot. And then weave in the remaining yarn. So we'll do that. Twice, and then I'll do that with the yellow as well. So once you've done that, you can cut off the loose ends. And then make sure none of the yarn is showing. Now your duck is complete. Thank you so much for following my tutorial, and I hope your duck came out just as cute. Please tag me on social media if you make your duck. I can't wait to see them all. And then if you make another one, you can make another one in white, or you can make another one in yellow. If you would like a written pattern, I have that on my Etsy as well. Thank you so much for following my tutorial, and I can't wait to see all your ducks.